Welcome to the Enchanted Lighthouse, where every week magical stories and new adventures await. Join our group of 7 wonderful animal friends as they bring tales about friendship, mystery, and wonder to life. From unexpected guests to heartfelt conversations under the moonlit sky, each story holds a gentle truth. We are so glad that you are here. Now let us begin. Lumi, the sea turtle who reads the stars. Far away where the waves hush secrets into the sand and the moon paints silver trails on the sea, a baby turtle hatched one night beneath the stars. She was small and quiet, not the first to the water and not the fastest, but she paused and looked up. The stars shimmered above her like a map. Not just light, but language. Shapes, patterns, and constellations. She blinked slowly and thought, I think they are saying something. She reached the ocean at last and began her life below the surface, gliding through kelp forests and coral caverns. But always she returned to the surface at night, face turned upward, watching the stars shift like turning pages. The others called her Lumi, which means light. It suited her. She always knew where to go, even when others didn't. And sometimes she whispered guidance to fish or dolphins who had lost their way. But something stirred in her heart, a gentle ache. There is a place out there I haven't found yet. A place that calls me even if I don't know its name. A journey without a compass. Lumi swam for many nights, following constellations instead of currents. She passed glowing jellyfish and shipwrecks full of barnacles and treasure. One evening a strange fog rolled over the sea. Everything went quiet. No stars, no moon. Just grey mist and the soft lap of waves. For the first time, Lumi felt unsure. She couldn't read the sky. She floated in stillness, waiting. Then a shimmer caught her eye. Not in the sky, but below. Reflected on the waves was the faintest golden beam, like a thread of sunlight in the dark. She turned and followed it, heart steady. It wasn't starlight. It wasn't moonlight. It was something else. The lighthouse of hidden light. The fog thinned just enough to reveal it. A tall lighthouse perched on the edge of the world. Not grand or polished, but old and kind-looking. The golden beam had come from it, slicing through the mist like a welcome. Lumi surfaced just beyond the rocks. On the shore stood a small group. A glowing teddy bear, a red squirrel with a backpack, and an Arctic fox with an azure blue bandana. Look, said Hazel, pointing. There's someone in the water. Theo the teddy bear stepped forward, smiling warmly. Come in, friend, you have found what you were looking for. Lumi crawled ashore, blinking salt from her eyes. I didn't know where I was going, she said softly. Only that the stars stopped speaking for a while. Milo grinned. Then maybe it's time you write a new map. Here. And just like that, Lumi knew. This was the place the stars had been whispering about. Not a destination on a map, but a home. The star room beneath the lantern. Theo showed Lumi to one of the empty rooms. a rounded space just below the light itself, with glass panes where she could see the sky even from indoors. Hazel helped hang seaweed maps along the walls. Milo brought a shell to brighten the shelf. That night the fog lifted. Lumi sat at her window and watched the stars return, one by one like old friends. But something was different. Now, as they shifted, they formed new paths, new shapes. Not just for her, but for others who might need them too. She pulled out a parchment and began to draw. The stars had guided her here. Now it was her turn to help guide others. A new constellation begins. In the days that followed, Lumi gently settled into her new life. Theo had assigned the ideal room to her right below the lantern tower. It was round and peaceful with moonlit glass panes and a shallow adjoining pool that connected straight to the sea through a hidden tunnel in the stone. Lumi could swim out into the tides whenever she wished. She learned the soft rhythm of the lighthouse. Hazel hammering gently in her lantern loft. Milo practicing tricks in the hallway. And Theo humming as he swept the morning light across the entryway floors. Each night after Milo and Hazel were asleep, Lumi climbed to the very top of the tower with a parchment and a brush. Sea mist curled around her as she traced new lines between the stars, guided by a feeling she could not quite explain. One quiet evening, Theo joined her with 2 mugs of warm seaweed tea. "Do you miss all your travels?" he asked gently. Lumi gazed at her star map and then out at the ocean that had carried her so far. "I do," she said at last. "But I think I have reached the place my maps were trying to lead me all along. I just did not realize I was drawing myself home." Theo's glow brightened. "Then perhaps this lighthouse was waiting for you too." Looking up at the sky, Lumi imagined future travelers. Just as lonely, just as hopeful, following the light in the tower. With steady hands she began a new constellation, shaped like the lighthouse itself. A shining circle for Hazel's lantern loft. A flick of starlight for Milo's mischievous grin, and a glowing pillar of brightness, stitched through the middle in honor of Theo's steady warmth. Someday, Lumi thought, others might arrive here. And when they did, she would be ready to guide them, just like the stars had guided her. Her new journey had only just begun. Every story has something to teach us. What did we learn today? We have learned that the stars may guide our steps, but it is kindness and belonging that show us where to stay. Thank you for stopping by here today. If you enjoyed this episode, give it a like and don't forget to come back next week for a brand new adventurous story. Want to learn more about the magical tenants who live here? Visit enchantedlighthouse.com for a mystical map, creative artwork, and a few special gifts. Until then, be kind and share your light. See you next time.